Good afternoon, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. It is a wonderful Monday afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I'm hanging out with Dangwoo. My name's Gregory Puff. We've got co-op action going on. Dangwoo, how you doing today?
I am doing awesome. We are here in the morning, afternoon, whatever. It's 1 o'clock. Team Upstarts is in the house. We're doing commentary, and in the background we got Shadow to Flames in the background, pushing the ones and twos and keeping us honest here. So, Gregory, who are we playing against?
Who are we playing against?
Yeah, I mean, who are we watching? See, look, I'm already excited about our match tonight. But the people that are playing right now, the important people. Team A, Burt Reynolds and Jat 2980 against the Onrac Oviparit Theater with Zenobian and Cyrnus. So, in my opinion, probably one of the most hyped matches of this top 8 round, if you want to call them, or in my opinion, the top match to watch. And this is game 1.
Yeah, this is game 1 between these. This is game 1 of the Elite 8 period. Like, this is the first match we were doing this week. Like you said, pretty hype. Team A, Burt Reynolds and Jat. Burt Reynolds and Jat were both the runners-up of the Duckling Derbies we're a part of. Jat, the most recent, Burt Reynolds, the one before that. And Burt Reynolds also our vanilla-ish world record holder. Is that correct for the game, or does he have the actual vanilla world record? What is Burt Reynolds doing as far as the vanilla game's concerned? He knows something, is all I'm saying. He's a dang good runner.
Who that Burt Reynolds?
Yeah.
The Bandit? Yeah, he's a pretty good runner. I mean, all of these runners are good. Zenobia and Cyrnus are kind of like the dark horse of things. They haven't been talked about in this entire tournament much. A lot of attention's been on Team A. A lot of attention's been on Team Thunder a lot. Obviously, last year's winners, the Crescent Lake Party Planners.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good teams that were in here, but I think those two, along with the Game Changers, were, the ones that got a lot of attention. And the Onrac Oviparit Theater kind of, has been the dark horse, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, Zenobian, crushed it during spring tournament, went 5-1, if I remember correctly. Got bumped out in the Elite 8. And then, of course, Cyrnus was Cyrnus and Burt Reynolds were two of the runners I think of that should have made brackets that didn't make brackets. So, I mean, this is going to be crazy. And if you've been paying attention to co-op at all, this week, right? A lot of the stuff's still the same. You got your floor shuffle, you got your Southern Progression, you got your town shuffle, all that fun stuff. The main difference is we've gotten rid of Canaria Locked as an incentive location, and we've added Marsh Lock because everyone loves Marsh, right? Make more Marsh happen. Make them double dive Marsh 3. And then we've also bumped up the clamps on bosses to 280%. So let's do easy math. A guy like Tiamat, she can roll anywhere between 1,000 and 2,800 HP. And I don't even want to do the math on Chaos. It's like 5,600 or something. That's a lot of HP. And one of them's off to the races. And what do we got here? We got Dwarf Cave hanging out, a couple of cabins and boxes. And these guys are heading into Canaria with no extra money.
No, but that early cabin, that early save item is still very important because sometimes we can't afford iron armor plus 4. My favorite piece of equipment, the cap plus 4.
Ooh, the cap plus 4 for real?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Awesome. That's and we're not even joking around. That's actually really good because the cap normally has 1 absorb, and you add a plus 4 modifier, all of a sudden you got 5 absorb on your mages, and they usually roll pretty cheap. So I would definitely be picking some caps up.
So the white mage, not bad at all right now. Cure 4, harm for life available. Obviously red mage is going to be decent, except for it doesn't have the harm 4. We only have Cake as our black magic kill spell.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is great.
There's like a slow and a temper or something like that. Cake, it's going to make you happy. We're going to be seeing lots of Cake all day.
Look at work its magic, buy imps with very low MDef, and we get a Q block in Temple of Fiends.
We're going to check a spike towel, see what's going on here. Maybe we can get some early levels. Not going to be able to do anything against this blue dragon. Ooh! And it just wipes out that white mage. I don't love that battle.
But we find Melmon. Cyrnus is already checked. We got Zap level 5, which means we can't use that on our Black Mage until level 12. Wooden armor plus 4, that's not bad. We can at least equip it on our knight for some, but we already have that iron armor plus 4, so there's no point.
Iron armor plus 4 is like in-game material. I mean, that's like 32 absorb or something absurd. So,
Yeah,
first look.
That's very good.
Yeah, get our first look over here in the Provoca area, and it looks like we got a Sphinx just beating up on Burt Reynolds as he sees the top of Volcano. And we got Kraken, so we've got our first Fiend, and over on Jack's side, we've got a Marsh Cave. So it is going to be a double dive of Marsh.
Yep, very potential here. Marsh Incentive is a incentive. And then there's also a Marsh Locked incentive, which is where Jet is in the bottom right. It is blocked by the Mystic Key. Normally you would never go there in the original game, but in this one we've made it a required dive, well, a potential required dive, and Jet picks up a buckler plus 5, which is really good if you got a red mage, because that's a lot of absorb in the shield slot.
And then one thing we're getting on Cyrnus' side is he's outside of the Intercontinent already. In Melman, we got a Cardia pickup, and we know the name of our shards today. They are Orbits. Orbilets? What are they called?
They're Orblets? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and there's the canoe.
Yeah, big pickup over there on Jat's side. These can hit up 3 more locations now with that canoe in the Onrac location. They can head over to Ice Cave, or they can head to Volcano. And these scorpions.
Jack got lucky. He got ambushed by something. And because the canoe hadn't transferred over to his teammate, it was a good thing that Iron Armor plus 4 rolled as high as he did, because he might have lost all of his team before he was able to transfer that item over.
Yeah, and his partner, Burt Reynolds, just took a nasty wipe on some nachos there. That plate of nachos wasn't messing around. And
Good.
I was just saying, Cyrnus is on one of my favorite floors in the entire game, and that's the Agama floor. Tons of chests here, lots of lava to kind of walk across so you don't take encounters, and then, of course, there's spike tiles on that particular floor, but lack of heals is starting to become an issue for Cyrnus.
Run over volcano lava tiles, and no heal potions. Everything's a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, that's rough. And we get a lot more of that game over music than I'm used to hearing. Cyrnus just stares at his screen after taking that wipe.
Hyenas with Scorch. So I guess to kind of explain for anybody that hasn't watched any of our matches so far, the reason why I said it was kind of a big deal about Jat being ambushed is with co-op we have a neutral server. Our runners are connected via that as a team number, and every time they find a key item, that key item gets transferred to the server, and then from the server it goes to your partner. If your partner doesn't receive that item before you reset out, they won't get it. So that's the reason why in most cases you don't move after finding a key item, and you wait until your partner to receive it. So you will see the green dot on the top right. It'll flash yellow, which means our runners are connecting to the server, transferring data of some sort, if you want to say it. And then you'll see a confirmation saying that your teammate will then say, "Hey, you have received such and such key item," like the key, the loot. Medusa's 11 hits with Stone Touch. That's excellent. I think that's going to wipe out Bert. So both teams have the canoe now. See, this is why I was saying about Zenobian made sure to wait until his teammate got the canoe, then moves. So we did find Skyfloor 2, which Bert wiped out from those evil green Medusas that unfortunately really, how do I say this? They punish characters that don't have any absorb, which nobody really does on any of our light warriors except for that knight. And there's Ruby. So the question in chat, Greg, I guess if you want to take that from Almacia.
I see. Oh yeah, our team's also able to. Yeah, of course. We have in our Discord, Final Fantasy Randomizer Discord, we have co-op voice channels that each of these runners are in together, and they just talk to each other about where they find certain places. They keep track of notes. The way that Dang and I do our notes is we have a Google spreadsheet that we share, and we basically just we update it with all the different locations and what we found and all that. And then you'll notice there the red text on Burt Reynolds' screen, it showed you there that he had gotten that TNT that his partner Jat found. The big difference between this co-op tournament this year as opposed to last year is the fact that while the key items transfer, the orblets do not transfer. So you have to take notes of not only the entrances and all that fun stuff and floors and towns and spells and all that, but you have to make notes of where each orblet is so that your partner can go back and grab them if they need them, because we need 28 of those to get to the end of the game. So bosses may not necessarily need to be killed. Bosses do give you orblets. Lighting the earth and fire orbs will give you 2, and lighting the wind and air orbs will get you 4. It looks like we got a tail pickup from that TNT pickup from Jat. So Burt Reynolds, or at least now Team can do some class change if they ever find Bahamut.
And Bahamut gives our teams choices. Because of the way blessed and cursed weapons and armor works this gives us chances to have the Vorpal if we find it. It gives us a chance to use the X-Cal. Weapons that may roll plus if, let's say, Masa rolls minus or we don't find it. If we don't find a Sun Sword that rolls plus. If we don't find like an Ice Sword that rolls plus, anything that would normally be considered an endgame for a fighter, we still want those options to be able to use something in the endgame.
Yeah.
Chances are not everything's going to roll negative, and then if they all do, then it becomes how negative, and can we make use of it? Because with enough tempers, we can make anything possible.
Right now, Jat is in the Crescent Lake area, as is Zenobian, and they have found another incentive location in Earth 3. So they just got to kill themselves a vampire, which I'm not sure how they're going to kill a vampire, to be perfectly honest. They only have cake, which of course vampires are going to resist. And they don't have enough levels for zap, so I'm not really sure what they're going to do.
Find Elflin. That's all you got to do, or Provoca. I mean, it's simple, right?
Yeah.
And I gave them cake. I mean, you gave them cake. You gave them cake because you are my teammate. You know what? You knew that I wanted to see cake level 1, and you gave it to him. And you gave it to me. I appreciate that.
And poor Jat finding out that the Gators and Caribs are on that Earth tile, and just they kind of beat him up a little bit for stepping on it. Spellzap in chat, our reigning co-op champion, co-op champion, thinking it's temper time, which, I mean, we do have temper at level 1. Got a couple black mages. You can temper up that fighter. What's he wielding right now?
Honestly, I mean, there was a lot of options, I think.
Oof.
I think there was like a saber or a...
Oh, look! I got to stop you. Look what's
What?
happening on birch green. Look at it. Look at that.
I mean, I'm excited a ways, but like I already knew it was gonna happen. I mean, Lich loves its cake. Lich goes down. Burt Reynolds is the people's champion. You know, right
Yeah,
there.
Burt Reynolds is the rock of our community here as he, feeds Lich's cake, lights up 2 orblets for himself, and he's pretty much done in this whole area here. So Jack desperately trying to get to this this incentive box here so he can. But man, his white mage cannot stay alive to save their lives, and gonna take one more wipe on the way to this vampire box.
It's kind of funny here. So top left, Burt Reynolds took on Lich. Bottom right, Serenus is taking on Lich. Top right, Zenobia and bottom left, Jat are both in the rod locked incentive location.
Oh, and he loses his black mage.
Lich just says, yeah, you're not casting cake today.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. You hate to see that. You put your black mage in the back row for a reason. You're hoping for that 12% chance that Lich won't attack you, and sure enough, Lich decides to go on ahead and just down that black mage, and that's pretty much it.
So, generally the vampire-shaped speed bump. We're going to see how tough this is going to be. Temper, unfortunately, bad turn order for Zenobian. So this one actually is kind of difficult, especially for Jat, where Harm 4 basically hits for 84 damage. Vampire Crack takes care of Zenobian.
So the vampire.
And there's the crack out also. Jat resist with the 1 cake win? No.
And yeah, he's going for 3 and 256, and it did not land. And wow, this is and hold on, before we move on, Burt Reynolds has found one of the main cities you want to find here, and that is of course Provoca. So now we get to finally look at our level 2 spells, something different besides Cake and Temper, and we got Fade. They're good. We're good to go. Jat realizing that we've got Fade, and he's like, I gotta get out of here. I cannot make it through this dungeon. And there's Brack and Ice 3, so we finally got like a damage dealing sweeper out of level 2.
You know, and ETAP brings up a great point. So Jat kept trying to cast Cake, and the vampire essentially said, that's a nice earth spell. Let me show you how it's really done. And takes out almost all the light warriors. I mean, it's great.
Zenobian made the cardinal error of getting the incentive box and then walking before the incentive moved over to Serenus and almost could have potentially wiped on those mummies. Luckily, did not. The bottle has transferred over to Serenus, so we are good to go.
So there's our Provoca, and from what I've been telling, it looks like Fade was there, Lock 2 was in, level 2 magic. I should probably look at some Shadowed Flames notes, even though I told them not to really pay attention to spells.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It was Ice 3, Fade, Lock, Brack, and I didn't. Well, we get to look at white magic again. Soft, A-lit, A-ice. So, Fade really the only one of use. I would probably pick up Soft if I was rocking just the white mage, just to have that extra, ability to use, Soft on people instead of, because I always forget to buy Softs. And then, of course,
he's too darn expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah, and of course, as you guys noticed, as soon as Burt or Jack gets out of there, we see that the rod is the vendor item here in Provoca, which means they may have to go back there to try to find that floater. Because we got the crown, we got the bottle. We can't do the bottle turning because we've seen everything else so far, because I think Serenus is in the ordeals area. I saw a marsh split on the screen earlier, but I don't think either runners made it to the bottom of those splits. So we could potentially see a Northwest Castle. We just don't know yet until these runners get there. And Zenobian is going to go on ahead and make his way through the river system, and we'll see what's here at the volcano area.
So Sky Floor 1, kind of terrifying actually. Bad men, nightmares. I just really don't like. I just don't like bad men and evil men, or the bad men and nightmares.
They're the worst,
right? I mean, the bad men come in packs of 9, just ready to beat on you for no reason.
Being desperately trying to see what's behind this ambushing undead spike tile with Quad X and Ice 2 is going to take a wipe here, so we may not see what's on the other side of this. This here Hall of Giants, and Burt Reynolds finds Matoya, and I'm not exactly too sure where Burt Reynolds actually is. Zenobian's going to get the bad news about. Should already know the bad news about the Caribs and Gators on that Earth tile, but he's going to go on ahead and full clear this room. It's a pretty easy full clear. Earth 1's one of those kind of cheap plays you can do.
Yeah, it's not too bad, especially if it's just out of an overworld entrance. You can save, go down, especially with a long hero run.
Yeah.
Good old marsh splits, which you had talked about. I just wanted to rehash things. Let our viewers out there that maybe haven't listened to our voice comms totally experience it for real. Where you say stuff, I don't listen. I say stuff, you don't listen.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Hey, such and such has nuke. And then 5 minutes later, hey, did you know that this has nuke? No, Greg, I didn't know about that.
Oh, yep. Feels good. Jat making his way back through this Earth 3, which we know is dangerous. It really struggled to get through there to get that. I don't think they even got the bottle. I want to say Cernus and Zenobian got the bottle, but they didn't. And on Zenobian's side, we've got a C-split. Yay! The splits keep coming. So C-split is right side leads to Tia. So that's 4 more orbs if they can kill Warmech. But Warmech is required.
I like your optimism. Yeah, they can totally get 4 more orbs. They just gotta kill,
a 280 clamp Warmech.
No problem.
No problem.
We got cake. We got cake and temper. That's all we need.
I'm pretty sure in chat, Crab Cakes has rubbed a Warmech or 2, so she could tell you all about how it's done. Chat, get in the bottle. Gonna stay still. No, where are you going? Don't you have the rod? They didn't have enough money for the rod. They have to double pivot.
No, it's fine. Look, they're trying to get their walks in. Okay, they got their Fitbit, and they're trying to get as much walking in as possible. It's like a weight loss challenge.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Team E versus Team Onrac Oviparit Theater. Who can lose the most weight, and who can get the most walking in?
Ooh, you gotta love it. Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta love it when you get to the bottom of a split and you see Marsh top. Thank you. Such a waste of time, but at least they got a pro cape for their trouble. That's pretty nice.
Soft. Hey, look, Greg. If you would have went to Marsh top, you would have gotten a soft because you never buy them. Perfect.
I would have picked up soft on my white mage, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Who does that? Buying soft. Psh, ain't nobody got time for that. A pro ring, though, so that's pretty good. We resist some death spells, at least on one of our characters.
And resisting death at this point, especially with those, what was it, the Geist or the Spectres that have Quad X?
One of them had Ice 2 that wiped out Bert, I believe. Or was it? Somebody from Team was not able to survive against the Ice 2.
Team Now, I'm not sure Zenobian and Cernus have even seen Provoca yet, so this unrunnable battle is kind kind of ugly, and he's really low on cake charges. It looks like he only had one on that black mage.
Why? Crab Cake's asking the important question. Why does Bert have 2? I think. I don't know.
I was wondering why his timer cut off. Well, sometimes you need to make sure everything you're in the up and up of what things are happening. And yeah, this is bad. He's in some trouble here, as he needs to take down the rest of this pack with no magic and pretty much just the fighter doing all the heavy lifting here. So he may not wipe here, but it's definitely going to take him some time to get through this battle. And MG Weirdo, that's what I'm talking about. All you got to do is just mention us. We'll mention you in chat. Just happy to be here, man. It's Monday afternoon, hanging out with my co-op partner, Dangwoo. We're going to be racing tonight at 10 p.m., right? Who are we taking on?
Wait, are we really racing tonight?
Can I check the schedule?
Oh.
Remember we...
Oh, well, I guess we are racing tonight. All right, well, I might show up.
Yeah,
At this point, who knows?
Oh, Animaniac in chat wondering, when is Game 4 with the Game Changers? Well, unfortunately, we went back and timed the race out, and Thunder-A-Lot actually won the race by more than 5 seconds. So there will be no rematch between them. Thunder-A-Lot will move on to the Elite 8, or has moved on to the Elite 8.
But yeah, so to answer your question regularly, yes, we do have a match tonight. We are playing against the every single day practicing team of DVS and Demon RHK.
And what is her
team? The Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, so unfortunately for team the Game Changers, because there was a 5-second difference that was timed out by the people of the tournament committee, they were ruled as the losing team. And in the rules, it states there has to be a 3-second difference to be considered a tie.
Must have been some sort of Discord latency on Thunder-A-Lot's done time, because we use the FFR bot. Sometimes Discord can be kind of weird, so he probably hit enter. It took maybe 3 seconds for Discord to register it, and then that's what ended up making the time look so much closer. On the original, it was like a 0.8 second difference between the two teams. But on stream, it was clear that Sir Lancelot finished before Falconic. But of course, there could be some latency on stream as well, which is why we went back and retimed everything.
I've been watching Seerness of Sorts while you were kind of we were talking about the almost potential Game 4 ever so close finish that happened. I haven't really seen much from the Treasury in Volcano. Now, I could have missed it, but I haven't seen much.
Yeah, I saw... It was either Serenus or one of the two had already gone there earlier when we were talking about something else. And yeah, he cleared it out, and I didn't see anything that made me holy moly, there's a thing in there. But yeah, Crab Cakes is actually answering a question in chat that we kind of answered earlier. But the team play, it works like this. There's a Lua script that was created by one of our devs, Meridian, at the request of Falconic. Oh, thank you, Shadowed Flames, our tracker here helping us out, letting us know that there's a Vorpal 2 in the North Armory. So, heck yeah, Vorpal 2 pickup, that's pretty big. But yes, to answer that question again, got the Lua script. It talks to each other for the teams, so they share key items, right? Every time one of them gets a key item, 5 to 7 seconds later, the other teammate will get that key item. In last year's co-op tournament, all the orbs were shared as well. So if you killed Lich, you would get the fire orb, so forth and so on. This time around, not so much, because we are doing shard hunt, and shard hunt doesn't share. So each person has to collect their own shards, including the shards that you get from killing the fiends. And that's it. and they are in voice chat in our Discord, our Final Fantasy Randomizer Discord, which somebody will post here in a second if you want to join us. We have voice channels that teammates are in, and they talk to each other and write notes down, and it's pretty crazy. Dang and I, we troll each other, and that's how that's our experience with co-op. And looks like Jack got bumped out by Astos. What happened there?
Well, so he did the smart thing. What he did is he waited for Burt Reynolds to transfer the rod over to Jack. And then what he did is, once he talked to Astos, he waited for the slab translation that he got from Astos to get transferred over to his partner. So then if he gets bounced out, they still have the slab. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know. We got a ribbon in Armory too. A ribbon -3, which is still a ribbon nonetheless. Resists all elements. The best gear in the entire game. Titan Strobe has a key, which means we can head back into that marsh locked area and see if we can finally find a floater.
Found Thane already. We found Melmon. So they already did the slab translation for Team E. Or they're obviously about to get their key here. So a lot of movement going on by both teams.
Yeah.
And the warp took us over to Onrac location, which then allows us to go to Waterfall and the Caravan. Caravan's not as important because we already found the rod that was a shop item.
Yeah, I got so confused when Zenobian was in Waterfall and finding Topher. I was like, did I miss a floater pickup and I'm losing my mind?
Well, the reason why it's so sneaky, as Crabcakes kind of puts out, is the fact that, I mean, that is a sneaky wormhole that leads to another entrance. If it had gone to the double bottom, double top Cardi Island, it wouldn't have led anywhere because the double top is an empty. Like usual, it's not shuffled into the entrance and floor shuffle.
So yeah, dead ends are not shuffled. So all the Cardia are basically in their vanilla spots. So like you said, there's only a few of these kind of wormholes you can do. Obviously, you can get warped over to the. Oh, we got a floater pickup from the Adamant over there on Burt Reynolds' side. So I don't remember where we found the Adamant. I think it was the slab turn.
Sounds about right, because they just did the Lefane check, which was in Matoya, literally walked down to Canaria and turned it in for the floater. So time to get in the air for Team E. And another Vorpal too. So the Knight and the Red Wizard can have a crit item. A very good endgame weapon.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I noticed we got 2 Vorpals here, but there aren't 2 Vorpals in the game. What flag are we looking at here that can make 2 Vorpals pop up?
Randomized treasure. Basically, every item has a certain percentage of. It's kind of like a giant pool where we classify everything, like elite or legendary or something like that. That's like the Masa, elite gear, and then we kind of do that, and then based on what ranking of the randomized treasure is, basically says what chances of pulling from that pool is. And with the Melmon, which is our lowest one, that is the only one that guarantees no Masa in it.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So Burt Reynolds and Jack going to be in the air right now since they were able to put all the pieces together to get the floater. Jack finding Gaia, so able to do the bottle turn-in now. So we'll see what that bottle leads to. I don't think we've seen any dud items yet. So basically, there are no loose items in this particular flag set, but there are 3 dud locations. So you could potentially turn a bottle in, and the fairy will come up and say, hey, thanks for the bottle, man. Here's like 13 gold. Or here's a silver shield. And he'll be like, sweet, man. Thanks so much for that.
Hey, so the early temper makes the Vorpal really good. A level 1 temper, especially with the double black or even the red black that both teams have, the Vorpal is really good in these clamped high stats for endgame. Nuke is rolled level 8. So
And fat. I was gonna
fast
say
with the
fat.
lock, yeah.
We got fast at level 3, so you got plenty of fast charges, and then you can switch over to lock strats if the bosses have high evade. But yeah, the Vorpal is going to be big because it of course rolled up, so it's a little bit better than the Silver Sword as far as the actual damage output it's going to do. But the main thing is that crit rate. So it has a 30 crit rate normally. Adding 2 to it puts it up to a 32, so it's going to crit even more than normal. And we got to loot, so the bottle is required. One of our 2 required items in the loot, of course.
And that is basically Team A is in shard mode or shard go mode. It's a little hard to tell you, but basically they don't need to really search for any other key items. Technically, they just need to find. They don't need to find any more key items. They just need to find shards.
Yep.
Because they have the loot, which gets us past these slab locked in Temple of Fiends Revisited. And right after that, there's a locked door that only in the randomizer is locked. Well, I shouldn't say only in the randomizer, but is, I guess, the only way you get locked out. And there's another ribbon, so that's 2 ribbons in this.
Was it the incentive ribbon? Or was it... It was a ribbon pickup. Nice.
Yeah, it was loose.
Nice, there we go. So, I just happened to notice Cyranus has 11 orbs, so he's doing pretty good right now on his orblet count. I'm not sure what Zeno's looking at. I'm not sure what Bert and Jad are looking at as well. But yeah, like you said, the only thing we really need in this is 28 orblets. We need a key and a loot. And I think we really need a tail in these particular flag set. But at least that opal bracelet rolled up, so that's a good pickup out of Crescent Lake there.
And so I honestly think you could really see our runners, I think, going for Bahamut. I mean, that Vorpal too.
Yeah. They got to
like
get...
once you're in go mode, just dive dungeons real quickly, maybe check incentives, but beyond that, just quickly get through the dungeon and try and find, where Bahamut is and just do it. Because... yeah, there's some other weapons that can do a decent job, but they don't have the crit rate. And that's going to require a lot of tempers, a lot of patience, and... I mean, I guess it might not be as bad for Team A since they went with the 2 black mages. Ooh, there's a Sun 5, so... okay, I take it all back. Sun 5, Invis 2 item magic. In the Canaria Locked, I think just changed how important that is now.
Well, right now, Sun 5 is it's pretty much the best weapon in vanilla game besides the Masa that the red mage can wield. I think it has like 33 attack power, but the problem is that it has a terrible crit rate. It only has a 5% crit rate, so the +5 modifier only brings it up to like pretty much all the other weapons in the game, right? 10% crit rate there. It's still going to be good. It's definitely, I would say it's more in-game than it would be vanilla, but I'm not sure how much better it would be than the Vorpal, because we need those crits on those clamped bosses.
Well, you bring up a good point about the crit rate, but the important thing what it does is it allows us not to rely upon finding Bahamut.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of good stuff that is locked behind Bahamut, though. As Ruse is White Mage locked, which is a little unfortunate. But we get Cure 4 and we get Life that is Night learnable.
Yeah, and you've got Fade too.
Fade that was level 2, yep.
Alright, looks like Cyranus is finally going to be able to put... I don't know if he's been able to put the puzzles together as well. I know they found Dwarf Cave. He's just now getting the TNT. Which, man, that was a quick pickup over on Zenobian's side. He was like right there. But we know they need the Adamant. We know that the adamant is from Astos, the crown. The crown leads to the slab leads to the adamant, and the adamant leads to the floater. So they really need to get that chain of events going so they can be, in the air here soon. As Jat and Burt Reynolds, I think, as of now, have like pretty much cleared all the entrances except for this Onrac location, which we know is Titans and Topher. And they're making sure.
If you look at Cyrnus's shard count, he's at 13 already.
Yeah.
Zenobian's at 3. Jad is at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
That's a huge advantage for Cyrnus, just in general for shard counts and the ability to once they go into shard mode, they could potentially do this really quickly.
Yeah, because Cyrnus knows where all these are, so he can relay that information to Zenobian, and Zenobian can just go by and pick them up. And then pretty much since we know we've already seen Lich, which I think everyone's killed Lich. We know where Tia and Kraken are. So, that's 8 more Orblets. If they get to 20, they could just kill those last couple of fiends and call it a day. The only, vanilla katana pickup there in that better trap treasure room and on Cyrnus' side. Not going to be good for him. Artemis have zap. That's not fun.
Ooh, Lich with ink. Oh, terrifying darkness. 3 of his 4 light warriors are darked. It's okay. We have the cake.
Oh,
bam!
And
Look at
bam. That. Cake lands. Zenobian, only level 10. Not great on levels there, but is going to pick up 2 more Orblets. Get his count up to, 5 now?
Yeah, and we find an anti-fire gauntlet in the better spike tiles in Temple of Fiends.
Yeah,
key locked. So I guess that's not terrible.
I see a bunch of sandwiches happening here on Burt Reynolds. But is that a spike tile or is he on the overworld?
Looks like he's in a cave. Oh, he's in Ordeal. So yeah, it was a spike tile, and he's gonna take it. I don't blame him. That'll get you up to like early 20s, maybe before they begin to run.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about this grind now is that I'd rather do it after class change, but you're not going back to Ordeals to do it, so you may as well pick up some levels now. But yeah, that's
such an advantage on the left-hand side team, and just having the airship for this long is kind of crazy, but it's not like it's like a huge advantage because the Onrac Oviparit Theater has been doing a great job of getting through stuff too.
Yeah, I think the main issue was that they didn't go to Ordeals. Like, they saved Ordeals for like the last location that they checked, and that's where we know the crown starts. Bicky hands over the crown, so they've got a lot to do to catch up, to do that, to remember if they've seen Northwest Castle, to get back over there.
I'm being told that there's a 3rd Nevorpal that was found.
So,
was there another one that was found in the locked chest?
Oh wait, hold on. I just thought about something. Was it Rod that led to? Don't you need the Rod as well to get to Northwest Castle? I'm like certain of it. So this is doubly important because we know the Rod was for sale here. Now these guys may have enough money to pick it up because they've been all over the place. But man, Burt Reynolds' levels are looking good. Chat's doing good. Zenobian and Cyrnus got a lot. The only thing they really have going for them right now is the fact that they have a significant Orblet lead.
Princess gives us an Orblet. There's the crown, so they know that Northeast will lead, or the Northwest Castle will give us that. Because it's slab to adamant. Yeah.
But did he pick up the Rod is the big thing. I know both of them are in Provoker right now, but
according to the tracker, it is. Are you telling me that Shadowed Flames, our amazing tracker, would be lying? And
yeah.
Greg, I know you don't trust me and my note taking, but how dare you challenge Shadowed Flames?
I don't want to challenge Shadowed Flames. He's a good guy. He's our amazing tracker, keeping us straight. when I'm clearly not keeping myself straight, there's another dud item out of Ordeals. I swear I have called now 4 races in this co-op tournament, and I don't think Ordeals has had a key item any of the races I've seen.
I mean, that's a good news for Spellzap because I've seen him get lost in there. I'm sorry, Spellzap, I had to.
Yeah, so that's 2 dud items. Of course, one coming out of Princess Sarah, the other coming out of Ordeals. We haven't seen Incentive Ribbon. We haven't seen Chime. We haven't seen Oxiale. And those particular, like Caleb mentioned in chat, those particular entrances could lead to Bahamut, which is what we what these characters would like to see. And by characters, I mean players. Burt Reynolds is going to see the other side of this cube-locked area. He's going to find what appears to be...
They're teasing him. It's almost like they're teasing him. You're almost a Bahamut. You almost got class promotion. Just kidding.
Just kidding. JK.
And look, Jet is going to feed on some sandwiches also.
Yeah, this is this was really interesting for a couple reasons. I only saw one Orblet here, and we know it was a dud because Burt Reynolds saw that it was a dud. So I'm a little surprised that Jad is in here feeding on sandwiches pre-Clash.
Now, I want to say that we are calling them sandwiches. They are sandworms. It was kind of, I guess, named by the person that is in chat, Ray Fates Caleb, or just Caleb. So he's the one that kind of began that trend, and it's kind of true because everybody loves a good sandwich, and sandworms are delicious if we're experienced.
Yeah.
And here's the rod lock. So Greg's worries are for naught. We are through. This is Sky 4.
Yep. A lot of chests here. We got a lamp and a fade pickup. We got a fade stick.
I don't think it. See, I don't think anybody been here because they didn't get a fade stick.
I don't know, man. This is crazy though. We got a fade stick, and I don't even care about the fade stick as much as I care about that freaking lamp. It's a lamp. It's a legitimate lamp. The only thing that's wrong with it is it's a negative. Hello?
Okay. Oh, apparently I lost my partner here. Nothing new, folks. Nothing to see here. So it looks like Jat's finally done eating his sandwiches. Bert's going to try and take on the clamped carry. That is 600 HP up to 2.8 times. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how much HP that carry has along with how strong. He got so excited about the lamp that, well, we may never hear from him again. Sharknado floor. Carry is pulled. Team trying to take on Carry. We got fasts. We've got... No, we're going to go offensive, non-elemental fade. We're going to temper. Carry's going to swing and say, your fast caster will not happen. Invis 2 comes out. Our evasion is much better by a little bit. More invasion stacks. We're going to take our sweet time. Now we're going to cast the fast on Ale. Ale the hero. Will he be our hero or will he fail? We're going to cast some fade. We're going to cast some temper. Big swing by the Sun Sword. 8 hits. Wow, so Carry not very evasive. Couple crits there. We're able to do it. Carry's got to be getting close. We're up to vanilla HP with this next swing. Down goes Carry. 2 shards for Burt Reynolds. So nothing really from Carry too badly. Hit decently hard for about 400 damage maxed out against some black mages. That's not bad at all. So we got the waterfall find while Carry was being taken on. I didn't see where that gave us. Jet finally picks up a ribbon.
Just to step in while Greg leaves out, the waterfall had the Oxiale, and we found a crystal at the bottom of Volcano.
Look at our tracker coming in, stepping up big. Shadow Flames, you know what? You're all right in my book. You can hang out. I'll replace him for now. It's fine.
I don't know. I like to think I'm not that interesting, but I can at least give it a try.
All right, so we know that Onrac Oviparit Theater is on the right track. Once they do the slab translation, once they go down to Canary Castle, go to Dwarves, they will get the floater, they will be in the air. Cyrnus has, I believe, the advantage in orb count substantially over most of the other runners, so it's going to be interesting how much Zenobia can play catch-up.
Yeah, from what I can tell here, it looks like the Oviparit Theater is still a little bit behind in terms of exploration. They do have a definite shard lead by my rough count here, and this is not accurate as I've been trying to pick it up in the menus. Cyrannus has 13, Zenobian has 7, Bert has 7, and Jat has 3. But again, that's from the last time I saw in the menus. That might have changed.
Yeah, that's a very interesting, showing of shards, I guess, if you want to say, from all of our runners here. Now, Cyrnus is actually checking Northwest Castle. I don't believe when Jat was here checked it because he reset out after dying, or he didn't have, and there's two orblets that were in Northwest Castle, so that's going to help Cyrnus here. He's going to have to walk out.
Yeah, given the condition of his party, I'm not surprised he didn't check the spike tiles in there just to see if it was worth it.
He had to reset out. That is unfortunate. But he's already got the slab over to his teammate. Yeah, Jat's up to 7. We found him. A lot of our runners are not keeping them. So there is the slab translation. They've got to go to Matoya, which is Lefane. And then they make their way down into Canary Castle for Dwarf. And they will be in the air for Onrac Oviparit Theater. Left-hand side, EXP Peds kind of hanging out. But at this point, we've already grinded on sandwiches. We're well-fed. We don't need them.
Speak for yourself on that. I could probably use a few more sandwiches.
I could totally eat some sandwiches as well. And
There's my cue to exit, folks. Enjoy.
you can hang out and chat with us, man. You're clearly taking over while I had to step away for a second, and doing a bang up job. And man, I'm still too excited about that lamp sword. I can't even.
Well, you literally were going on about the lamp sword for so long, and then it disappeared. We thought maybe you got like a misfunctioning lamp thing or something like that, and somebody cast darkness, and we just lost you.
That's probably what happened. And Harm Hammer plus 5 is going to be a white mage carry in the later game. And yeah, I was blinded by the lamp. And finally, it looks like Cyrnus and Zenobian are going to finally be in the air. Gosh, what, about 15, nearly 20 minutes after Team A?
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer for the Onrac Oviparit Theater. Team A just found the Fade stick, so kind of any advantage they had with that infinite casting Fade is kind of gone.
There's the adamant pickup, and oh no, he thought that was going to lead straight to the floater, and so he's waiting to get the floater, and unfortunately he's realizing they're going to have to go back to Dwarf's Cave to do the adamant turn and to finally get the floater.
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad because Zenobian's in the area. He just has to walk down and he's there.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, Crabcakes does point out something too. Where's Boss? Crabcakes does point out something that's really nice though, is that they have full cleared these areas. And so, while Jat and Burt Reynolds now are going to have to go back and clear any dungeons they didn't clear, at least Zenobian and Cyrnus are pretty much done with these spots. As you can tell from Cyrnus's orblet count, he's up to what, 14 now?
Yeah, while all that was going on, we have an incentive ribbon at Matoya.
Nice! Crystal turn-in, hooking it up. And there's the Oxiel. So the Oxiel could potentially house Bahamut, because we still haven't seen Bahamut yet, right?
Yeah, so we've seen Tiamat, we've seen Carrie, we've seen Kraken's Floor. Yeah, we've seen all the Fiends. So yeah, I mean, that's the only one that I would expect to lead to is that Onrac dungeon to Bahamut, I think.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Chime, which I'm assuming that, and the only other place we haven't seen is
Chime.
Ice Cave. We haven't seen Ice Cave, so those are the only two bottoms we haven't seen, is Ice Cave and Bahamut, correct?
Well, that sounds about right to me. I mean, I'm making up as I go. Generally, you are the one that keeps me honest, so...
Yeah, so I'm going to assume, based on that and what duds we've seen and what's left in the game. Oh, and we haven't seen... Oh, no, we saw Elfland Castle. Did we?
No, not from my knowledge. I still have the Princess unchecked.
Okay, so those are...
Man.
Yeah, those are 3 locations we still haven't seen yet. But it looks like we're going to get a look at this Onrac dungeon here in just a second, as Zenobian going to doesn't pick up the wall. I guess doesn't really need it when you got 3 ribbons.
Well, Invis 2 works just as well. So, big find for Cyrnus. Once he got in the air, got the turn in to get the loot. They are in shard hunt mode. All they need are shards. And
There's our
that's it.
chime.
There's the chime. So they're the first one to turn in the herb. That could be big if they go to Mirage play.
Yeah.
Team E has not gone there. And Princess
Yeah.
did have an orblet. That's true, too.
Yeah, that was our dud. So Chime, Mirage could be Bahamut, but it also could be Ice Cave. And at this point, based on everything we've seen, Ice Cave is going to be a dud, right? On pretty much all the other turn-in.
There's 3 duds. We've got one at the Princess, we have one at the Ordeals, and I don't have a third. And Ice is the only thing I have left to mark off. So I believe you're correct.
Yeah. Because did we get the Marsh Locked was the
Marsh Lock
Oxio.
was the herb.
The herb, that's right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the Oxio was with the robot.
Yeah. So there must be one of these entrances that they didn't make it to the bottom of if we haven't seen Ice Cave or Bahamut yet.
So it's almost like we're doing math on Twitch, except for it's what haven't we seen yet?
Yeah.
Bird's doing Mirage, but this is the advantage of being with the airship so early is they got the chime, now they can instantly head there. Zenobia and them still has to check the... Actually, they're both there. I think Cyrnus is in here. Or no, it's Zenobian, I'm sorry. So yeah, so both of them actually went to the Mirage play after finding the chime. Interesting.
Yeah, so chat pointing out steel armor +5, yeah. Gets you up to what, 44 absorb, but you know that evade penalty is still 28, so at least you'll be able to take a few more hits from Kraken. Anyway, so looks like Cyrnus is.
Hey, there's that ice cave you were talking about. Hooray!
Hey, right here. So this is gonna be dud, and then at this point, where is where's Bahamut? I guess Bahamut's. I don't know. That lit +4 stick, is that really a dud?
Yes, because it's only casting lit 1. I mean, I guess if you all else, falls apart and you have a white mage with ruse and he's the last one alive against chaos, we can kill it with a lit 1 stick for like 12 damage.
All right, so we've got all of our incentive checks out of the way. Everything's been found. We're looking for orblets. Burt Reynolds is going to finish clearing wherever he is, which be honest with you, I don't even know anymore. I don't know what's happening. He's somewhere. I think he's in a Cardi Island at this point. Maybe he's in Gaia. Probably not.
But Cyrnus is kind of getting worked over here. Not having that Sun Sword has to take a lot more turns on carry. Should be almost done, but didn't get enough crits. Mega, the top fighter, is down to 163. A bad crit, and he could go down, but thankfully we got a couple crits and took down carry, so that was a butt-clenching moment there.
Yeah, now this is kind of interesting. What we know is that Chime houses Chime houses Bahamut. We know that now because we've seen everything else, and we know that Burt Reynolds and company doesn't have the chime yet. Oh no, they do have the chime on their tracker anyway. Well, whatever. We know that it's got to be there because we've seen everything else. But Cyranus and Zenobian haven't made their way over there yet. It doesn't look like.
Well, Jet just found promotion somewhere. Somebody's saying he found it. At this point, I don't know where he found it, but he found it. We found an Excalibur 1. We have like 3 Vorpal plus 2s. Excal rolled up, so we can use the Excalibur for a while, switch to the Vorpal on Tiamat and Chaos for sure, though the Vorpal might be needed against Kraken also.
Yeah, so I guess I was wrong. It looks like Zenobian... So it looks like Mirage is Ice Cave, and Jet found promotion somewhere, which we clearly missed. We were like off in our own little world.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds like us. So we'll find out where Bahamut's hanging out, because at least one of these runners has found out where Bahamut's hanging out.
And it's going to be interesting. So we have the Sun Sword plus 5, we have Excal plus 1, and we have a Vorpal plus 2. What is your idea of the weapons you're going to use going into Temple of Fiends Revisited if you're our runners right now?
I would say I don't know, with the clamps, man, Vorpal all the way. It's got the plus 2. We haven't seen a Masa yet, correct?
No Masa.
No Masa. Sun Sword plus 3 or plus 5, I mean. I think is still better than the Excal, because the Excal plus 1 is only going to have a 6% crit chance. It's going to do well against things that obviously have resistance or don't have resistances. I think it'll do decently well in all 4 of the Fiend fights, but it's definitely not going to do anything against Chaos.
Yeah, I would definitely be doing some weapon swaps for sure. I would definitely have a Vorpal on a Red Wizard, at least for the Onrac Oviparit theater, since they have them.
Yeah.
But if I am Burt Reynolds and Jet on Team N, I'm definitely swap. I think Excal the Excal plus 1, I think I use for Lich, use it for carry, and then I might swap over to the Vorpal from there on. The Sun Sword I think is great, but with the Vorpal with the plus 2, I think is just a better option in general, just with the high clamped, the potential high absorb as you were talking about. I mean, the Sun Sword would have been great because then we wouldn't have been forced into getting Bahamut, but since we found Bahamut, now we've got a whole new range of weapons that I think are a little bit better in general compared to the Sun Sword.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the Vorpal is just one of those weird weapons, because even with the plus 2 modifier, it's about half as good as far as actual attack power is concerned. I think it in vanilla it's like 24, so with the plus 2 it's going to be 28, I think. So it's basically a flame sword, right, as far as its damage output is concerned. But we keep talking about the crits, and the crits are just so important when you're talking about these clamp bosses, especially once the clamps go higher and higher. They are going to basically roll close to max evade, and you're going to need something to be able to land hits with, and that 33 or 32% crit chance on that Vorpal plus 2 is just going to make it better. And yeah, Burt Reynolds did find it was Cardiography the whole time. Cardiography the whole time, we just missed it.
One thing that's interesting though also is, so we have the white mages. Every team's got at least one white mage here. We have Rouge that is white wizard locked only. We have a Fade Stick. So because we don't have Masa, we technically have a way to prevent a wipe. Our white mage can go full evasion, and we can use the non-elemental item magic that is a fade infinitely.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's going to take a lot longer than a Masa probably would be if it was in a white mage's, but at this point I think it's going to work. The only hard part is getting that white mage or white wizard high enough, I guess.
Yeah.
in a timely manner where, if it takes longer, he's not going to get wrecked.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, so we've been kind of watching the game. We've seen some spike tails here and there. We saw the sandwich grinding section, right? But that's not going to be good once you get past like level 22 because then they'll start running away. Have we seen a way that these guys can get levels once they're ready to go? Because you're not going to, I don't think you're going into Topher and one-shotting it lower than level 30.
I think with a white mage it's possible. With the way the items and the item magic we got the Invis 2 sword, we have the Fade Stick. It's possible. It's not impossible. Yeah. It's just going to be very lengthy. If somebody wants to go in at 25 to 30, it's very possible with what is being tossed at you.
Yeah.
It's just going to take a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of where, you think about what you're doing in the game. You're like, if I grind here for 5 minutes and get to level 35, am I going to save that 5 minutes going faster to Topher? And that's what people are thinking. Are you going to be able to you have better survivability because you have more HP, you do more damage, you have more spell charges and stuff like that. So it can sometimes make the Topher bosses a little bit quicker, especially at these clamps. Now, right now, Jat is trying to feed some cake to Lich. Are we going to get another full Lich? Because this will be the third one.
Yeah, well, see, Jat just really didn't believe hard enough. See, that's the problem. Every other runner that did it early, really believed in cake. Because Jat waited so long, he had to cast, the extra casts. That's the problem.
Yeah. And Jat,
I feel like you don't believe me.
No,
I
believe
you right now. No, I don't think you really believe me right there because it sounded like you were just ignoring me, and it really hurt me.
I was definitely listening. I was listening. Cyrinus gonna get the bad news here. He's about to find out right now that this place. Well, he's gonna get the good news in the sense that he's doing the sandwich eating station after promotion, so he can at least grind as long as he wants to and be fine, and get those extra spell charges on his night. But he's going to get the bad news in the fact that this place, of course, is a dud. He's going to get, what was it, like some gold? Something like that. Cat4 Gaming saying hi to us. How's it going? Yeah. Hi. What are we doing here exactly? We're playing a little Final Fantasy Randomizer. This is the NES version of Final Fantasy. We got entrance floor shuffle going on. We got teams going at it. Team E on your left here, Burt Reynolds and Jat. 2980 taking on Cyrinus and Zenobian, the Onrac Oviparit Theater. Oviparit, whatever. And yeah, this is the first match of our Elite Eight. So these guys have already gone through one other team to get to where they are now. Burt Reynolds and Jet defeated Avos Ruin and Kenny Star. And Zenobian and Cyrinus took on... Who did they defeat last week? Dang's not going to answer me, so we're just going to... We don't even know at this point. We're not sure. They beat somebody. Oh, the Vor Pals! Thank you, chat. Hey, helping me out here. It was Lyra and Zara the whole time. And, yeah, to get to where they are now, very exciting race here. These two teams very equal as far as their skill level is concerned. Burt Reynolds and Chat did get in the air much earlier than Zenobian and Cyrinus, but Cyrinus and Zenobian, I think, have the shard advantage, or as far as knowing where the shards are. But as I say that, Jack takes down Kraken and appears within striking distance of 28 shards here. Second match of the Elite Eight. Oh, that's right. You guys, sorry, the Crescent Lake Party Planners played their first round, or their Elite Eight match last week, totally breaking the rules of co-op, which is why I didn't think about it, playing on Saturday instead of starting their race on Sunday like they were supposed to. But whatever, I mean, they're the champions. They can do whatever they want to.
You know what? I was going to say the exact same, Gregory. They're the champions. They always want to be first. That's what happens. They just had to be the first game of the week.
Yeah, so I was too busy answering that question and completely missed the bracket of the Kraken over on Jat's side. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yep. Brack,
So mu-
very accurate spell. Kraken doesn't resist it. It doesn't have enough MDef. We're able to take advantage of it. Burt Reynolds is up to 18 shards already.
Yeah, it looks like Jet has 21 from that Kraken kill. Jet still has to find 3 more shards and kill a Tiamat in order to get into Topher. And we know that Warmac is required. Warmac is scary with these flags. And, you know, because Warmac already has such high evade, he will more than likely roll max evade. Like, just, there's no way around it that he's going to have max evade. And he's also going to roll somewhere between 1,000 and 2,800 hit points. So if he gets a spells or a skills list and it's ugly, then that could be quite a roadblock. But if they can kill Warmac, they will get quite a few levels for that kill.
So we're an hour and 6 minutes in, Gregory, and both of our teams are getting so close to diving into Temple of Fiends.
Yeah.
I am scared of both of these teams. Okay,
Yeah.
Zenobian's only at 13 shards.
Yeah,
But
Zenobian, yeah.
Team A is just playing phenomenally.
Yeah, they're playing out of their minds right now. I mean, they were the first in the air by a long shot. They did have an orblet deficit that they have not only closed up but have taken over. I mean, they are way ahead in orblets now. Yeah, and Burt Reynolds giving us a good look at his screen. He is at 21 orblet. Well, which means he again needs 3 orblets and a Tiamat kill or Kraken kill in order to go into Topher. So yeah, this is I would say this is Team A's game to lose because they are much further ahead, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it looked close, and then once Team A kind of found that, or Team A, found that Bahamut, they've really stepped on the gas and never really looked back at this point. It's going to be really interesting on how this exactly goes, because maybe a few more levels, maybe, but, I mean, I'd give them a 10-minute lead, maybe, at this point, all depending on how good of a shard notes the Onrac Oviparit theater has done.
I mean, according to our tracker notes right now, Cyranus is 17 with a Lich kill. So if we get a carry kill, I thought he killed carry too. It was like certain. It was an ugly carry battle that Cyranus had. Well, anyways. You still got a Kraken and a Tia that Cyranus would potentially need to kill, which gets you 8 more orblets. So he's about 3 away from being there with those 2 fiend kills. Shadow Flames is our tracker today. He is only human. He's doing this all by himself. Me and Dang are watching the screen, and we're having a hard time together calming this whole thing and keeping it together. I don't know how one person can track all this, keep the tracking buttons going while keeping notes over here that we're supposed to look at. It's pretty incredible. Give it up for Shadowed Flames. Awesome new tracker here hanging out with us on Speed Gaming 2 hosting this. It's crazy. It's 2 p.m. on a Monday. Who does this? We got our first Warmac look. We got Fast and Tempers coming out. We got Invis 2. Gonna Invis 2 for days. Zenobian getting his ribbon as Fast comes out. That Invis 2 ended up working out really well because I think that Black Mage would have definitely been one shot if that Invis 2 didn't come out, because that was a monstrous hit there from Warmac. Lock 2 strats, and yeah, already missing. So this is fantastic news for Jat. Did not see what the Knight did as far as damage is concerned, but it looked like he actually landed some hits, so that's good as well. So we're switching over, sticking with the Temper strats, as Warmac continues to miss his party. Looked like 91 damage. That was not a lot. More Tempers coming out. We got Fast, got more attacking. I'm going to try to see this number pop out here. so we can see exactly what Warmac is doing. Warmac lands 2 hits, takes out that white mage or that black mage. That was a monstrous hit there. 898 damage there on Warmac. Warmac keeps attacking, so it doesn't look like he has a skills or spells script. There's another 7 hits. 756 comes out of that knight. That's the kind of damage we want to see in this battle here. And it's only a matter of time before this robot emu gets dismantled, and that fade charge lands, gets him to level 28, and he is on his way to light up his last few orblets and get into the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, he once he defeats Tiamat, he still needs to find 1 shard, which is kind of funny, or orblet. But that Warmac gave us no information as Tiamat gets bracked into pieces because of a weakness to poison.
Yeah.
And so we're 1 shard away from go mode for Jat.
Yeah, he's got to look at his...
I was going to say is Warmac showed nothing. That was just all melees. No spell cast, which means everything is in the pool on the other 4 fiends.
Yeah, and Jat just needs to hunt down 1 more orblet, probably asking his partner Bert where one is that he didn't pick up yet. And it's probably beelining it right now as Cyranus is going to take on Lich. Finally, get some revenge on Lich for taking out his poor black mage in that back road slot earlier as Fade comes out. More Fade coming out. Are we going to get a cake? It doesn't even look like cake shots are happening. Sorry, Dang. We only get 3 cakes. Yeah, and there's that last... Yeah, and there's that last orblet for Jat. He's going to be heading into Temple of Fiends here in about a minute or so. And Burt Reynolds finishing up his grind. Brack missing over here on Zenobian's side. Really needs this Brack shots to land. Brack coming out again, ineffective. Sleep going to be ineffective because we got 3 ribbons. More Fade happening. 137. Another Brack charge misses. This reminds me of my Kraken battle in game 1 last week where I missed like 8 Bracks in a row.
Wasn't against a Tiamat, which has a weakness. You just couldn't get Brack to hit.
I think you're absolutely correct. It was Tiamat. I couldn't get Brack to land to save my life. But it don't matter, man. We're still going for it. It looks like he's switching out of Brack strats into attack strats because he's running out of Brack charges. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. His tempers and fast start going out now. Burt Reynolds is going to light up 4 more orblets here in a sec on the same battle that Zenobian is currently in. And Jad is grinding. So he's not happy with his levels right now. He doesn't think 28 is going to cut it. So he's heading through ordeals to get to that sandwich grinding station. As Cyranus is also about to take on Kraken here in about 30 seconds. This is crazy.
Zenobia took so long, we almost saw 3 Kraken 1s popping up. And it's going to be hilarious when Cyranus and Burt one-shot Brack both of their Krakens. Yeah.
And I just looked up, Zenobian has 19 shards after that battle. Yeah, he needs... Zenobian, if anybody needs to play catch-up, it's Zenobian at this point. He needs to get some orbs and get it moving.
There's the Vorpal being used by Cyranus. I saw 4 hits for about 500 damage so quickly, so the Vorpal's doing pretty good work already. Brack for Burt goes through, so he's going to have 4 orbs, cuts the time in half that Zenobian spent on it. More coming out. Kraken, 12 hits. Grim goes down for Cyranus. Wow, 12 hits for like 800 damage. That poor Black Mage never stood a chance.
Yeah, and I just noticed that Jat in ordeals past the sandwich eating station, I guess wasn't happy with that particular one, wanted to check what was behind on the zombie detail, and I guess that wasn't much better. So I guess he's gonna hang out here and try to take these down. Now this grind, like I said before, sandwiches have low morale. So at the levels that he's at currently, I imagine they will be running away quickly if he doesn't get turn order. And as I say that, I am proven wrong, as that that sandworm wants to take on this level 26 party.
Well, it has a chance. You know, you basically make them have a chance to either attack or run away, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why Jet went to check, because both him and his teammate exited out of ordeals, so they didn't know what that spike tile was. So he's like, you know what? Let's check it. Let's hope that there's something there. If it's not, I can just go back.
Yeah. Zenobian taking on Carry 1 up on our top right screen as Burt Reynolds takes on the robot emu himself.
Yeah, the very melee happy Warmech. That's probably not going to be much of a threat, I think, especially with the layouts that we've got. We have the Invis 2 item magic. We've got the White Mage with Invis. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now, if we had bad turnover at the start, then it becomes an issue. But we're gonna get more tempers. We're gonna cast that non-elemental fade spells. The Ale with the X-Cal is doing some damage. Of course, if Warmech crits, there's nothing you can do about it. So, Warmech proving once again that the commentators have no idea what they're talking about. We really appreciate that.
And it looks like he's right through all that evade, and he's gonna have to switch the fade strats. And we know that Warmech rolled pretty high. He was well over 2,000 HP, so he needs to get that Invis 2 up now. And no, Spooky's down, but we're down to a White Mage and a Dream as Ruse charges come out. He should be good to go. Does he have the Fade Stick on the White Mage?
No.
Probably not, because why would he?
It's on Spiky. Oh man, that was a commentator's curse if I've ever seen it. He's
And
out of fades. He's got lich.
Lich working. He's gonna lich stick him to death. This is gonna take at least 20 minutes, but he was gonna do it. Oh, when he gets crit and gets out of there, knows that lit stick is not going to cut the mustard. He's going to have to go back in and try to take on Warmech again. And man, here we go. Cyranus is now taking on Warmech. We got to call another Warmech battle.
So the only reason why that's possible is Bert got a little overconfident, didn't put enough invises out, to get max evade. His partner should have said he's only attacking. You should have maxed evade, reduced it. Now, it doesn't help the fact that Warmech double crit on both of its attacks and one-shot his knight. Totally unlucky. But at the same time, when you know that a boss is only melee happy, you got to keep those Invis 2s out there. You can't rely upon, not having full evasion.
Yeah. And it looks like Cyranus is already doing quite a bit of damage here against this Warmech. Using the same strats, Temper, Invis 2. Not even going to throw fades out with the White Mage. 5 hits, that didn't look like a lot. And unfortunately, Grim is down. So we're just down to, is that the Rock, Mega, and Rel? Trying their best here as more tempers come out. Burt Reynolds is going to pull up Warmech here in just a sec. Jet going back into Temple of Ordeals one more time? What happened? Why is he back in there? Did he lose a grind?
Look, all I know is if I'm not around in Discord for a little while, it's because I'm hiding from Bert. Okay, I'm just saying.
Well, blink and you miss it, and Cyranus takes down Warmech. Gonna go with attack strats. Not even gonna throw any Invis 2s or Brax or any of that nonsense. He is straight up attacking this Tiamat. Burt Reynolds taking on Warmech again. Jet, I'm not sure if he lost a grind or if he ran out of stuff and exited out and saved and went back in, but he's back in, eating some more sandwiches before going into Topher. Now, these runners respect the 280, I think.
Crab cakes. Pepperidge Farm remembers when Warmech couldn't kill a black mage. But he can take out a fully decked out knight, though.
And Cyranus takes down Warmech and Tiamat. Cyranus now should be at what, 25 orblets? Needs levels though, because he's only like level 24. And Zenobian obviously needs more orblets as he's sitting right there at 19. And oh, actually, tracking notes was wrong there. It looks like Cyranus is in go.
It's gonna be interesting because Team A has done a lot of grinding in general, and unfortunately, you know, the time waste on Warmech, which was unfortunate. You know, so it's been a lot of time waste. There's Warmech down finally.
Yeah.
But their levels are looking really great, though.
And Cyranus is not playing around. He feels confident at level 24 across the board to take out this 280% clamped Topher. Oh, man.
I mean, this kind of goes in with what I'm saying. With the white mage, and even the red wizard, with the available stuff that we've kind of had, it's really not that bad. It's possible. It's just going to be a timely dive, which could be good, though, because if he makes it through, he's going to have a lot of information to give the Zenobian. You know, be like, hey, you know, I took a lot of turns on Kraken, but Kraken really didn't do much. Okay, I can go, you know, full offensive and take out Kraken in a couple turns. It's Team Eh. Bill Connick tried to tell me it's Team A. Psh, it's Team Eh.
No, it's Team Eh.
Eh.
Team Eh hanging out there and doing their thing. Both in go, it looks like.
It's the team. It's the A team. But yeah, so Cyranus is in, as you said, you know. Oh no, that's a level 29 knight. So Cyranus has a level 29 knight. That's not bad at all. Xcale has the 5th hit. The Vorpal with the +2 is, I believe, 1 level away from the 5th hit. I gotta confirm it real quick.
Yeah, I don't know.
So 1 level away from the 5th hit also. So, I mean, we have options.
Yeah, so we've got Jat right behind Cyranus here in Topher. Bert right behind Jat and Topher. Zenobian, something happened. He doesn't have any light warriors anymore.
I think it just lagged at that time where he was casting a spell. You know, there's like a time where like...
Inside. Now. Go. Play with your boys.
I'm sorry, Greg. Stop yelling at me. I was just trying to say something. So, top right, Zenobian's having lag strats, trying to lag switch. But Team A, or Team E, has all entered in. Temple of Fiends Revisited. Lag switches are not working. Apparently for Zenobian's side, it happens. Lich 2, not really doing a whole lot here. Vorpal +2, 10 hits, 647. First one to take down Lich 2 is the Onrac Oviparit Theater. But Team A on the left-hand side, both members are in Temple of Fiends Revisited. And if you don't know, both teammates have to defeat Chaos. So big advantage for Team A. He successfully cast. But we've got Carry 2, bottom right. We've got Fast Tempers, Great Turn Order, and an Invis 2 cast coming out from that item magic. And a Waiting White Wizard. Interesting call for that. I would have at least thought maybe to put the Fade Stick on the White Wizard instead. Maybe it was a misclick. Heal 3 comes out. Stop comes out from Carry. Cake is being fed to Lich. It's ineffective. More cake being casted. Come on, give the cake. Both Lich 2s are resisting. One's casting... Oh, well, it doesn't matter because Lich is down for Jat. Oh, Carrie makes sure to take out Rock. Rock was not rock solid. Gets punched down. But Cyrnus is able to get through. Bert and Jet 1-4 behind. Carrie hits hard. That's about it at this point. It dropped like a rock. That is absolutely what happened. Carrie put the red mage in water and said, see if you can float. All right. Fast. Temper. Are we going to invis? Nope, we're going to cast Fade. We're going all offensive on Carrie. Wow, big hit by the Fade for Jet. Cuts through that M-Def like knife through butter. A hot knife through butter. One turn, Carrie done. He's already caught up to Cyrnus. Bert's going to probably do the same thing. His partner's already told him, just cast a couple things. You're going to get through no problem.
So went in, checked in on Zenobian to see how he's doing. He's having some internet issues, obviously. But he is going. And yeah, hopefully we'll see him here in just a second. Yes, we do. He's got his timer on. He looks like he's heading into Topher. Just a few minutes behind everybody else. So this is going to be a close one.
Jet is able, because of that quick kill on Carrie going all offensive, able to pull Kraken 2 to start when Cyrnus had an advantage. Look at these Cure 4s being used. Trying to save time. Kraken destroys the Black Mage with turn order. We have to get the fast out here. We need to hope for better turn order. Can that Black Mage get that fast off before getting punched down?
Yeah, we got 3 Kraken 2s on the screen, and Zenobian's just trying to get there.
Fast is off on the bottom left. White Wizard's down for Burt Reynolds.
That is classic Burt Reynolds right there, losing his White Mage.
Burt Reynolds. I hear you want to hide your White Mage. It'd be a shame if I heat-seeked it. Both Black Wizards are down. Ooh, Kraken's still punching through with that high evasive White Mage for Jet. Zenobian has now entered Temple of Fiends also, so trying to play catch-up. First 2 Fiends were not too difficult. Should catch up quickly. Kraken's causing issues. Brackstrat's work for Bert. He's through.
And he's got life on that Knight, so he's able to bring his White Mage back to life. That is good news there. Burt Reynolds made it through pretty much what everyone considers the kind of gatekeeper of Topher. Kraken 2 does not mess around.
Orpal 5 hits, 503, 100 damage a hit. Yes, please. Team A is through, or Team E. They are through. Yeah, they are through. They're about to take on Tiamat, which is another very high absorbed, high evasive. Cyrnus is through now. So Onrac Oviparit really needs a wipe here. Inferno, that is a fire elemental spell that is very strong. One of the strongest elemental spell that's available. Hits very hard against our light warriors. Thankfully, we have a bunch of ribbons.
Yeah, so we're trying to think right now, looking at the time. So Bert and Jet entered about a minute and a half after Cyrnus and have already caught up. Just goes to show where that grind kind of helped them out to get those extra levels, able to get through these a little bit quicker. And then, like you said, going full on offense in that carry 2 battle versus Cyrnus, buffing up and everything. But we got buffs happening. We got 3 Tiamat 2s happening right now. We got a Danny on a knee. We got a Spiky dead, just a dead Spiky. And yeah, this is a lot to call right now as we've got these 3 Tia 2s happening. So this is good. This is the hype match that we knew this would be. Danny goes down on Bert's side, so he's down to his White Mage and his fighter again.
Vorpal's doing work, though. We're seeing bottom right Cyrnus as Vorpal doing work. Jet just did a great shot by Vorpal. Cyrnus is through, so Cyrnus, Jet, Bert just trading punches for the lead here. Tiamat's giving a little trouble to Jet here, but 2 of the 3 leaders of this race are just about to get through. I assume Jet will be through after the next swing from that Vorpal. Here it comes. No, Tiamat still giving a little bit of fits. Fade comes out. Will that finish it? No. Slowed 2 misses. That would have been devastating. 258 finishes it out for Jat. So the slow 2 not too bad. And there's Zenobian. He's already on Kraken 2. Chaos pulled by Team
Team
Worms. Team Onrac Oviparit Theater slowed down by encounters. Chaos leads with Fire 3, not going to do much. We're able to get a free turn worth of buffing. More evasion stacks. We're going to try and get those evasions out first before doing anything. We don't want Chaos, who could potentially hit hard, to do Chaos things. Chaos can hit very hard, especially with crits. Both Team A's are going at it now, getting their buffs out. We are almost fully evasion on Bert's side. Jat's about 2 turns away from being fully evasive. Cyrnus about to pull on the bottom right-hand side. Lock 2 strats on Zenobian and Kraken 2. I mean, this is going to be tough. Chaos needs to show something to give the Onrac Oviparit a chance. 9 hits for 179, so that's a pretty armored Chaos. But he needs spells. We need to see nuke. We need to see nuclears. We need to take out those black mages to give Onrac a chance. Oh, Vorpal doing Vorpal crit things. Great shot by Bert and Jet here. Cyrnus has already lost the black mage, so that's not good. We're losing a temper caster. Great news for Team A, though. Both, well, not anymore. But Lock coming out, probably not as needed, but hey, we're going to use it anyways. Lower the evasiveness. Heal 3 coming out, trying to keep that White Wizard up. Nuke strats coming out. Vorpal hitting great for Jet still. Bert's hitting about 500 also. Chaos seems to be pretty big here, Gregley. And Zenobian's on Tiamat, but he's still behind. This is too far behind. We need a wipe. Oh, Bert is finished. Jad has got to be right behind it here. Just keep the knight up and he's got this. Big hit, 552. Cyrnus, 9 hits for 4. Zap comes out. Ooh, okay, the ribbon does it. We didn't get bad luck. Big shot. Team A has taken game 1.
Yep. Official FFR bot time of 1 hour 33:02 takes down Chaos. Both of them. GG's to Team A. They are now 1-0 against the Onrac Oviparit Theater.
I mean,
GG's.
and Cyrnus is right about there. Chaos didn't do anything. I don't know where the nuke and nuclears are. Maybe it was on Lich and Carry, but they didn't get a chance to cast anything. Cyrnus just finishes, so he was really close. But, you know, there was no way Zenobian was going to catch up there. Team A was able to keep their black mages alive for way too long. They were able to free cast tempers, locks, and fast almost every single fiend fight. And when a fiend doesn't punish you for having black mages like that with the low HP growth, you know, and the low max HP, I mean, this is what happens. They're able to just cut through these fiends really quickly.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to have Burt Reynolds and Jat in here in just a moment. Burt Reynolds is definitely here. Jat hasn't got, looks like we haven't gotten the invite out to Jat. I'm going to go on ahead and make sure that happens real quick.
You know what's kind of strange about this? Tiamat, in all 3 of our fights, I did not see him cast a tornado on anybody except for Zenobian.
Of course.
Out of the 3 runners that were in the lead, we just seen a tornado being casted. Which,
Link.
Which is a non-elemental spell. It's not as strong as a nuclear or a nuke, but it's still non-elemental and could have spelled kind of disastrous. But Zenobian is through Tiamat now, and we're joined by the winners of Game 1, Team or Team A, if you want to call them that. I'm just kidding.
I don't
GG,
call them
everybody.
Team A. I call them Team How's it going, guys?
Good, good. That was an exciting race.
Yeah, you guys really put on a clinic as far as just how to get everything done, how to separate yourselves and clear a lot of the game early. You guys were in the air so much earlier than Onrac than Zenobian and Cyrannus. I think you guys were in the air at about 35.
That sounds about right. We our early game was very good, and I think that's probably what won us it. Our mid game was a little chaotic.
Yeah, we forgot it. Like we marked a bunch of dungeons as uncleared, and then we kind of forgot. We couldn't remember where Carrie was, so our early game, definitely was pretty solid. But then we kind of wavered a little bit in the middle. Sorry, we even said like as we were entering Temple of Fiends Revisited, like hopefully they found the floater after us.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. I think it was it had to have been 20 minutes about before they finally did it. Zenobian has got a fully tempered up Vorpal wielding knight here that's about to just go off on Chaos. I mean, it really became a DPS race. I was like, there's no way Zenobian's going to catch up to you guys. I know I kind of just split or changed the topic, but he's not using Vorpal, so Zenobian's uses Excalibur. That's, I think, an error here, because that Excal's not going to be able to punch through this. We need to rely upon crits. Excal doesn't have very many crits. But yeah, you guys had about a 20-minute lead getting into the air. And as you said, your mid-game definitely felt like you guys spun your tires a little bit there. And I think that's kind of what let them into it, because, I mean, that's essentially what it kind of did, or at least from me is you guys got in the air, you guys did a lot of great stuff with it, and then a lot of grinding, losing track of stuff, and that kind of brought them back into it. Thankfully, Zenobian was far enough behind in orb count that you guys were able to hold off that lead. So, GG to you two.
Yeah, one of my my sort of traits as a runner of this game is I'm an overgrinder. I get too many levels and I don't wipe in Topher. That's my plan. Right, get a couple too many levels and don't ever have to worry about wiping. Because if I take one wipe in Topher, they beat us.
Exactly. Well, and that's what I was trying to alluding to during the whole thing. I was like, somebody needs to show something or slow you down, because your black mages on both your teams are on your team specifically, because you took 2 black mages, horrible HP growth, horrible max HP, but they were allowed to stay awake or up for so long. It was impressive, because you guys had your black mages in front and they were still living for long periods of time. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I think that my one black mage had a cap 4 on, so basically indestructible.
There it is. Zenobian is able to finally finish at about 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 31. Excal was able to crit enough to get punched through that heavily armored Chaos. But yeah, so I think what really helped is the fact that your black mages were able to live with what was available, the Invis, the Invis 2 item magic, Invis that was being cast on your white wizard. If those black mages can survive, you're getting your tempers, your fasts, and your locks out really quickly with 2 black mages.
Yeah.
You guys gambled on keeping them up long enough. They were able to do it. And you caught up to Cyrannus, who had, maybe a minute to 2 minute lead on you entering in Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Oh, wow.
Because of those.
Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at the notes now and noticed that he did enter earlier. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, because he had a huge orb lead on you guys, actually. You guys were in the air, but he had a huge orb lead on you. And then you caught up to him. And then, yeah, he went into Temple of Fiends way lower than you, I think. Because you guys were low 30s. He went in with a knight at 29, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's not way lower, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't... So, it was very interesting. So, Cyrannus joins us in chat, one half of the Onrac Oviparit Theater. GG to you.
GG to our opponents. We're just really curious how much sooner they found Provoca than us.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. That's about what I was expecting, because we basically last locationed it, and it was horrific.
Yeah, we also got the floater quite early.
Right, but that was all gated behind having found that.
Yeah, I mean that was the story. I mean, you actually had a 10 to 12 shard lead on Bert and Jad, but they had that airship, and because you guys were still looking for that, what was it, slab or crystal to slab to
crown to slab to crystal, to adamant to airship or something.
Yeah, it was like a big old thing that ended up kind of working together. But, so you both had a game plan, or at least somewhat of a game plan coming in. I'm gonna start with Team A. Did your team? I mean, obviously you won, but your your plan going into game one, did it work the way you wanted it to?
Yes, because we won.
Well,
I would.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say strategically, it worked, but we made bad tactical decisions in the mid game. But that wasn't even like outside the plan. It's just like our communication was just like it wasn't like bad communication, but we just slightly misprioritized which dungeons we should be full clearing in the mid game. So, but that's more tactical. Like we know what we're supposed to be doing. We just kind of brain farted temporarily and forgot which ones were the best things to do next. But like our early game strategy, yeah, I think it worked well, and even our mid game like general frame was pretty solid, I think.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to ask you guys, just because when you have a game plan, you go into something like this, it can change drastically once you're in the seed, because the seed kind of does something weird to you or something like that. So I was just curious. And then over, I guess, to Cyrnus, how much of a game plan change happened, or if any at all?
No, we just feel bad about having kind of forgotten about the ordeal's location until so late, being stuck basically magicless. I mean, level 1 magic was not fantastic, and having that fade earlier just would have been huge.
All right. I mean, unfortunately, my co-op partner had to go, so I am stuck doing questions. Usually he's the one asking questions. So we're going into game 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to you, Cyrnus, because you are the representative of the Onrac Oviparit Theater. Going into it, any changes of your party comp? Any changes of exploration? I mean, I know you played a very excellent game of it anyways, but, is there any changes that you kind of think without giving too much to them?
Probably not. The red mage is always optional. I mean, I can always substitute that out for another black maybe, but other than that, not a whole lot. Just try not to forget locations. You don't necessarily have to full dive every other location and then realize at the last minute, hey, wait, we forgot an entire place.
That's right. But at least you noticed it, and you made up a lot of time. Or at least, I mean, you guys did good enough, though, because you obviously weren't in the air, but you guys did a great enough job of clearing out stuff to keep yourself in the match, which is, I think, really important in this situation, because they were a 20-minute lead in the air.
Yeah, so I'm just happy that at least felt as competitive as it did.
I guess kind of go over to Team A real quick. Game 2, you have a 1-0 lead. You were feeling pretty good. Obviously, we need to clean up some things in the mid-game. Anything special you have planned for them to close out the deal? Or are you going to keep your hands tight to the chest, make sure not to show anything?
Yeah, me and Jad are both going to take 4 white mages for the next one, just to make it interesting.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That sounds good. I'll see you in game 3.
I don't believe you, Bert, but I like it. I like what you're saying. You hear it. You heard it here, folks. He is guaranteeing that Team A is going all white mages. Got it. No, but no. It was a very great match. I'm glad to see you guys did it. I'm cutting you off, Jat. You know what? Whatever. You won. I'm just kidding. But go ahead, Jat.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it's gonna be more or less the same. Like when Bert and I were practicing, we have some adjustments from like week to week that we need to make, but nothing really in a single week. Like we're kind of ready for whatever the seed throws at us.
Okay. I mean, I guess the question's kind of hard to, say something when your opposition's in the chat. I mean, I get it, but you never know. Maybe you guys decide to toss something out to play some mind games. Bert saying the 4 white mages. I was kind of hoping. So the winner between you two takes on either the BBC or the reigning champions, the Crescent Lake Party Planners. Do either of you guys have something planned if you were to win, to take on either one of those? Have you
Yes,
thought about?
If we win this round, my plan for the next round is to win easily.
Win easily. Okay. I like this. Jad, is that your same thoughts? Are you going along with your teammate on this one?
I let Bert do all the trash talking in here. You see him everywhere he posts. It's always like, oh yeah, this is easy games. I'm the the calm commentator sometimes. So I'll let Bert speak for us.
You heard it here. CLPP easy. The BBC easy also from Bert Reynolds. So game 2, from what I'm being told by Tracker and Bert actually. This Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be game 2. Long wait, lots of times to practice, which, yeah, I heard you laughing there, Cyrnus. Practice? What's practice? So that's going to be going on. But tonight, myself and Gregley is taking on Team Gilgamesh at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be on one of the SG family of networks. So if you need more co-op action, we will be taking on Team Gilgamesh that always practice against the never practicing upstarts. There's no way that this could go bad. I guess we're going to go to final thoughts here. Cyrnus, if you want to give us your final thoughts, and we'll move over to Team A then.
Just a good race. GG to our opponents. Really looking forward to match 2. New coming in, this was not going to be an easy match, so we're really looking forward to game 2 and hopefully game 3 as well.
I'm definitely looking forward to a game 3 if it's possible, because watching you two teams race, I called you the underdogs, Cyrnus and Zenobia, because a lot of talk has been on Team A, Team Thunderlot, Team CLPP, the Crescent Lake Party Planners. Not a lot has been talked about you two, but I've gone against Zenobia in the spring tournament. I know how good he is. I know how good you are. Let's go over to the winners. Bert, final thoughts.
Oh, just a big shout out to Cyrnus. I don't think that we're overdogs in this situation, really. Seeing as how well Sierra and Zenobin usually play. We got lucky on this one. But thanks to Dang and thanks to Gregley Puff for comms and for Shadowed Flames, our tracker. And probably Danny working in the background somewhere.
She's everywhere. You're absolutely right, Bert. Let's move over to Jet. Final thoughts?
Oh, I was just going to say shout out to figuring out that we do indeed get the slab from Astos, even if you wipe, without killing them, because that was definitely something that we learned in the middle of this race, which, as we learned, did lead to the floater. So I'm glad that worked out for us. But no, it's basically the same as Bird. Shout out to our opponents. We pegged this down as pretty even, so we did not want to overgrind or anything. And yeah, thanks a lot to the crew and everyone who helped out tonight, and for SG for having us.
I'm really glad to hear confirmation that that's how that works, because I actually asked that of my partner as I was fighting Astos. Because I was out of magic, and it's like, all right, I'm just going to pray.
It was actually...
magic.
I was going to say, it was actually kind of funny between Bert and Jet. So one found the rod, while I think Jet was the one that was on Astos and waited just to make sure that he got the rod. And then he talked to Astos and waited for the transfer of the slab over to Bert before taking on Astos. It was kind of funny.
It was a really weird thing, too, because it took a lot longer than it normally does. Like, it took maybe 30 or 40 seconds for the item to transfer over.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like waiting for the floater. It's like, we knew this item had to be the floater, and I was just sitting there waiting, grinding fights, and it's like, give it to me.
Yeah, because it went... Lefane, you had to go from Matoya's down to the dwarf, which was in the Canaria Castle. But to end this up, my name is Dang Wu, one half of the Upstarts. Gregory Puff had to get out of here. We thank everybody that came to watch this epic match between Team A and Team Onrac Oviparit Theater. Great match one. They have a match 2 that is this Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Shadow Flames, thank you for pushing the 1s and 2s, pushing all the buttons, keeping us honest. Thank you, the fans, once again for coming out here and keeping us entertained with your conversations, your banters, you helping us out. You guys make this possible. You guys make this entertaining. So thank you, thank you, thank you. For Speed Gaming, thank you very much for letting us do this. And may you light the orbs. Some corny line because I don't have a takeaway line. So y'all have a great one.